tribal belly dancer, and I like to make my own stuff. It gets a little expensive trying to pick out stuff by yourself. So basically, I made like everything out of leather. I put like ribbons down it. Made the top so garnet on it as well. Made all my hair stuff. It's a lot of fun to wear, and you can basically get to wear it anywhere.
Can you take a step back and spin once for me so I can see what you have?
They are 14 MD 16 fill. That is
great.
the deal.
You say that again? It takes an hour and a half?
It takes about an hour and a half. Most of the time just to do the hair.
Wow.
You know, say like hair starts at 10, you got to get up at least by 8:30. So it's not fun though.
It's a lot of dedication, huh?
It is at first, but then like you start getting enjoyment out of dancing, and then you just don't think about it much anymore. It's a lot of fun.
Right. So you belly dance as well?
Yes, I do. I do tribal style belly dancing. I used to dance at a couple clubs, but yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit more serious with it. Trying to find a dance troupe, trying to find other people, and yeah, perhaps make something more out of it. Maybe quit the job and do this professionally. But we'll see how that goes.
Awesome. I'm rolling, so go ahead.
Okay, so before we start, can I just have Rachel, can you just say your name and spell it for me?
Okay. My name is Rachel Wyman, R-A-C-H-E-L-W-Y-M-A-N.
And
my name is Jamie, J-A-M-I-E, and I go by Flame.
awesome. All right, so Rachel and Jamie, what is or was your role here at the Maryland Renaissance Festival?
Well, we are what you would call playtrons. We don't actually work here, but we come, we dress, we have fun. This weekend is the 18th anniversary, the first time I ever came to the Maryland Renaissance Festival. I came on a cold, rainy Labor Day Monday with my mom, and we just went, wow, this is a really neat place. We had to come back more often. The next year, I dragged her along. And they had, well, they still do have costume rentals right at the front gate. We rented costumes and had a wonderful time and said, wait a second, we can make these things. And we came back later in the year with wench outfits that we had made, and we just had a wonderful time coming. A couple years later, we started getting introduced to these different internet boards that belong to this guild. And they're like, it's this Wenches Guild. And we're like, what's this Wenches Guild? They're like, oh, these whole bunch of folks are coming down from New York State. They're all part of the guild. You really ought to meet these people. Well, they came down, and all of a sudden we were pulled into this whirlwind of, ooh, women who think like I do. Women with shiny pins. And we get to wench men, which is, I believe you will be having lots of footage of this, of taking our willing victim and placing kisses upon any bare skin above the waist, or neck up sometimes. Depends on how many kids are around. And I bought a pin, got more involved, and we're like, you know, we got enough people here that have their own pins. We ought to start our local chapter. So at one luncheon, we sat down, we started throwing around numbers. We're like, oh, should we do $4.95 because we're around the Beltway? No, we're closer to Baltimore, so $6.95 or $95. We're throwing around numbers, and all of a sudden, somebody went 42. And I came out with, we are the answer. For those of you that don't know, the reference is to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where the answer to the life, universe, and everything is 42. So we are the answer to life, the universe, and everything. We went, yes, we must keep this number, we must keep this name. We formed our local. I sort of stayed in the background for the first year or so. Then our sort of like the president of the club, the madam, talked me into being our target coordinator, which is the person who actually you talk to get somebody wenched, who sneaks up, who plots, who plans, who gets everybody where they need to be. And after a couple of years of that, she retired. I ran for the office of madam and became a local madam with Jamie as my vice madam, or more appropriately, the madam of vice.
So you were the madam when?
2 madams ago. How many years ago was that now? 4? 4 or 5 years ago?
4 or 5 years.
About 4 or 5 years ago.
And how long is it total?
2 years.
What are your duties as Madam?
Putting out flames, herding cats, and babysitting. It's like the president of any strong-willed fan group. You're basically the placater to try to keep everybody calm who runs around screaming, oh my God, the sky is falling, they're gonna throw us out of fair, they're never gonna let us do a wenching again. It's like, no, no, no. We can do this, calm down, we can work this out.
And what are your duties as Madam of Vice?
The duties of the Vice Madam is to have fun, to make sure the group is having a good time, that we are a cohesive group, that we have activities to do both here at Fair and also outside of Fair, because we all are friends outside of Fair as well.
And also to keep the Madam from killing anybody.
To keep the Madam sane, and if the Madam is not on site, then the Vice Madam acts as Madam for any problems that come up.
Now, can you give me a little bit of the...
I need to shift. Kneeling is not working. I guess we do need to move the bench. Sorry.